The Shakedown with Nia Brown and Mtor.
So I hope my landlord isn't listening. Because wow.
What did you do?
You know the thing that's by the stove, on top of the stove, but it's the glass thing that goes on top of the stove, and you can like fold it in like that.
First of all, what a way to explain it.
Yeah.
But you mean, so the extractor fan?
It's not a fan. It doesn't fan anything. The fan is fine. The one that goes when you're cooking.
And then it has that little glass panel.
Glass thing, yeah.
That can flip.
Yeah.
So what happened to that?
I broke it.
What do you mean you broke it?
I don't know. I was cleaning it. I was wiping it down. And then it fell on the ground and it shattered into a million pieces.
Oh, I thought you were boiling rocks. And
and one just shot up and
one just shot up.
It. No, and it shattered into a million pieces. But I do have to say this. On record, I did try to catch it. I did try to catch it, but I couldn't. I didn't catch it in time.
But here's my thing, right? You're not the only one.
Yeah.
You remember yesterday I told you guys that I was going to go iron my boyfriend's uniform?
Oh, yes. Did you burn it?
So, no.
Oh.
I burnt the plug.
Oh.
The
socket.
electrical socket, yes.
Oh.
So I can't turn the socket off. So, but my thing is, I don't know if it was there before I moved in or it's because I used Pineware in Bryanston. You know?
I doubt that it was there before. I think you would have noticed. And also, when you moved in, they do like a
inspection
to see what's wrong and what's right in the apartment and what needs fixing and so on and so forth. So that would have definitely come up if it was there prior.
And it didn't come up.
It did not come up. I know for a fact that glass thingy-majig was fine when I moved in. It was perfectly fine.
Here's the thing, though, right? When you move into a new apartment, you're so caught up in oh my goodness.
I'm so excited.
This is my new space.
New space, new me,
and then you completely forget to actually check what's wrong with the apartment. What problems come with the apartment.
Yeah.
I think the electrical sockets came with the apartment.
You know for a fact that it didn't. You know that it didn't. We need to check on that.
Listen, let's have a safe space here.
So here's what we wanted to find out from you, okay? Things are a mess in our apartments.
Yep.
We just don't want to be the only ones who break things. Wall sockets are all black. The glass thingy on the stove is broken. Shattered. We don't want to be the only ones. So we wanted to find out from you, what problems did your apartment come with?
At Sir_Ndele says, ants.
That is annoying.
I have a huge ant problem, and I feel like the cleaner the house gets, the more ants there are. For some odd reason, and my ants are black. I don't know about yours.
What other ants are there?
They're like red ants. But I got the Aluta Continua ant.
Black Panther ants.
Black Panther!
Power to the people. No, I don't have ants in my apartment, but I can imagine that ants are very, very annoying because they're so tiny and there's tons of them.
Yep.
When they come, they flock.
I have blue deathed all corners of my house, but they keep finding like holes that they can come through.
Corners. And that's the other thing is they can go through a little piece of wood in the cupboard and then go down to the sink and then go. It's so annoying.
We've got Infinity Precious who also says, unnecessary dust from the roof that comes down whenever it's raining or windy.
Oh, that's upsetting.
Why would the dust?
Why would there be dust?
On the roof?
On the roof.
Or is it inside the ceiling?
What is it made of? But why would there be dust? Dust?
And you can't check for that before you move in.
That's the problem.
You know, you have to wait for a rainy day.
Exactly. Do you know what's annoying as well about living in apartment complexes? Is if your neighbor has roaches, for example.
Yes.
You will have a roach problem.
Yes.
If your neighbor has ants, you will have an ant problem.
So my thing is, who's responsible for that? If I
would say the building.
The building, right?
Yeah. Body corporate would need to come through and fumigate or whatever they do and get rid of it.
Spoiler says, I eventually broke my tap on Monday.
Eventually. So it's been a long time coming. That tap has been broken.
Yeah, that tap has been ankle. Okay. Spoiler continues.
That's
to
a
say
good one.
he had to call the plumbing guys to come fix it. It's an unforeseen expense because of a cricket bet. So I think Hashim Amla did something wrong and he just
Makai
broke the
Tini
tap. Yeah.
broke the tap or something. I mean, I don't know. But
Listen,
yeah,
I say let's call in a professional, a realtor of sorts.
good idea.
Who's just going to give us tips and tricks on exactly what to look for, especially if you're moving into a new apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those snags. The snags are very important so
Yep.
that you're not liable for them, especially when you're moving out.
Exactly. So stick around for that one. We're going to be talking to Dean Janse van Rensburg.
Yes.
Wow, who's a realtor or rental agent.
Yes.
I was combining those words together.
Yes.
But who's going to fill us in on what you should look out for when you're moving into an apartment, and if these things that we are breaking while living in that apartment is our responsibility or not.
Hey, Dean.
Hello, Dean.
Good afternoon.
How's it?
Very well yourself.
Good.
Good. Thank you so much for agreeing to help us out with this and for having a chat with us on the show today.
No problem.
Let's start off with this question. What common things do you think one should look out for before moving into a new apartment or a new place?
Look, if a tenant goes through the property with an initial walkthrough, okay, the important thing is if there's anything that they pick up that is a deal breaker, like you can see there's an obvious roof leak or something that really bothers them, okay? It's very important to stipulate it in the special conditions of the lease. Okay, then the owner is obliged to fix it, right? Because it's a deal breaker. Normally, or sometimes there's things that you can't see, and they mustn't be scared to ask the agent or the owner questions. Okay? But basically, the big thing is if there's something that really bothers you, put it in a special condition.
I see. Now, Dean, we may be encountering pests inside the apartments. It could be cockroaches, it could be ants, whatever the case is. Who's liable for that? You know, is the building responsible for pest control, or is it the tenant?
Like, with pest control, once the tenant is in the property, all right, if it's not explicitly mentioned in the lease who is responsible for it, then both parties are.
Okay. Makes sense. Alrighty, so let's move on to this, right? Snag list.
Yes.
What is a snag list for those of us who don't know?
Basically, a snag list is the recording of all defaults with the initial inspection.
Okay.
It's very important to do a snag list. The law requires it that the tenant, combined with the owner or his agent, does the entry inspection as well as the exit inspection.
Yes.
Now, the two is basically compared, and if the tenant damaged something to the property, then he is liable for that damage.
Okay.
But fair wear and tear is excluded.
Okay. And I mean, with the snag list, for example, it might be a bit difficult because it's very detailed, right? So there might be some things that you miss while doing the inspection and going through the snag list. But will I be liable for anything that I missed or forgot to put on the snag list?
Okay. Anything not on the initial inspection snag list, some leases, or most leases, state the tenant has 7 days to still enter issues into the snag list. But after that, if there's something broken or something, then you will be liable. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Now,
So
how long?
to do a thorough inspection?
Yes.
How long should repairs take for items on the snag list? Should they be done before I move in, or can they happen as I'm already occupying the space?
Okay, that's a twofold question.
Okay.
The first one is the owner's responsibility or the landlord's responsibility to keep the property habitable condition, that means that the property should be free from infestation. Sorry, infestation.
Okay.
Adequate heating, water, electricity, and structurally sound. So he's responsible for that. So before the tenant moves in, that must be in place. That's by law. That, it's going to be habitable, right? Any other issue, he doesn't really have to fix. It's a small thing, right? But most owners, they don't mind doing it because they want a happy tenant.
Fair.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. All right, Dean, thank you so much for chatting to us once again. You've given us a lot of clarity on this, so thank you so much.
100%.
All
Nice
right.
day.
Stay safe. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Well, there you have it. That is Dean Janse van Rensburg, who's filling us in on some of the things that you need to be aware of, that you need to look out for when you're moving into a new apartment. So I guess our breakages,
on us.
we are liable for those. So how much do you think it'll be for that last thingy-majigger on the stove?
Oh, you're going to have to replace the whole extractor fan. I don't know. Electrical socket.
Yeah.
Now I have to call Eskom.
Yeah, let's not. Yeah. I wish you all the best.